Hey everybody, TG Watkins here with simplertrading.com, and this is going to be your daily 5. All right, so let's get into it. We have been seeing some really crazy moves out there, just earnings destruction across the board. I mean, we've kind of been seeing it's almost just taken earnings and it's probably going to go down. We even had Deere today and some other big ones that came out, and just so many things are getting destroyed in this market. Some of the more notable ones from this week were Walmart, Target, and what we've been seeing is that the retail sector is just getting demolished. And I think this is a pretty good sign of what's going on with our economy. Things are slowing down. Consumer credit card debt has been going up. We've just been seeing a lot of big issues out there, and it's starting to show itself in the markets themselves and through companies like this, where they are lowering guidance and saying that inflation is a really big deal and we're having troubles with it. You know, we've had production inflation, we've had consumer inflation. So yeah, a lot of stuff going out there. But as far as the charts go, what I wanted to show you guys are some setups that the Moxie Indicator has been able to communicate to us, even on larger timeframes. So here's Target. We did get an errant bar, so just ignore that we have a double bar right there. But what you can see is the first thing here, I always talk about this to my Moxie traders, is the first move is when price falls through the moving average. The next move, the second move, is when price comes up and gets rejected by the underside of a downtrending moving average. And this is on a monthly time frame. So that's the monthly 10 SMA, and you can see the price basically got rejected by it. We could even say, as far as the bodies of the candles, we could even say that there was a double top if you really wanted to look at that. And then the bigger thing that we can be looking at is we got a sell signal weeks ago from the Moxie Indicator. And then we got a bounce, a reversion up here. And really what this is another concept I talk about regarding the Moxie Indicator. This is an inverse trampoline move. So price should not be over the 50, which is the magenta colored line, when the Moxie Indicator is below 0, which is the combination that you see here. So the fact that it was up over the 50 while the indicator was below 0 was telling you this is a false long, or given the right situation, it is a short. And in this case, the short definitely worked out as it was heading into earnings. So pretty big, clear stuff that we need to be aware of. Walmart was looking the same way. There are a lot of stocks that are looking the same way like this on both the monthly and the weekly timeframes. The next one is we look at the S&P. And so we can see here, just like Target, here is the Moxie sell signal. And then we can basically see right here that we had price over the weekly 50 while the Moxie Indicator was below 0. So yet again, another sell signal, inverse trampoline move. The other thing, and again, ignore this bar for some reason, it was just adding a second bar. But what we were seeing here is we've had price fall through the monthly 10, and we've reached a 20% correction from the high to the low. As of last week, we're down 20%. So at this point, I'm trying to see if we're going to be bouncing somewhere around here, and if we do, let's see if price can kind of drift up here over the next few weeks, couple months, and look for price to basically get rejected by the underside of the monthly 10. That would probably take price somewhere up like this on the weekly chart, but bounces should be shorted in this market. All right, then here is, this is the SPX. This is from 2008, just so you guys know, like January, early 2008. And the thing I just wanted to be showing you guys here is not necessarily the crash yet, but the idea that from I think it was the high to this low was a 20% correction. Very, very similar to where we are right now. And so what I'm looking at is, even though we've made that correction and market might be oversold, that it doesn't look like we're going to get a really big short covering rally, not like what we had in March and all that kind of stuff. So I think what we need to be prepared for is that maybe the market won't go down, but if it goes up, it may not really go up in a very energetic way. And so if we look at this, here is price, how it did go up and then went down and then kind of went up again, but essentially it went sideways. The big picture is that it went sideways and waited until it could run into the underside of the daily 50. We might be in that current situation right now with the market. We could also see another example of that right here, to where price got really oversold and then did finally bounce. But it didn't really bounce. There wasn't a big short covering rally. You can see that, yes, it came off the lows, but then came down and then up and just chopped around the entire time. And really what that was is that this was essentially a bear flag. It basically drifted sideways to slightly up until it ran right into the underside of a downtrending daily 50. So you can see that it happens twice. This is a different situation. We'll have to look at that if that comes. But I think that's more or less what we're looking at with the markets nowadays, is that if it can find a bottom and if it can stop going down and start moving up, I don't think it's going to be very energetic. It's going to be choppy. It's going to be messy. And I think we should probably be ready for it just to kind of, make its way up to the daily 50, but not in some very large, big, energetic way. Probably just a bear flag. All right, so here's Boot. We have been short in this name. It is another retailer, so, Boot Barn. And let me just kind of walk you guys through this one. So this was a head and shoulders on the weekly time frame. And then we also had the Moxie price trigger here telling you basically get out of your longs or consider going short. And then you can see here, this was all an inverse trampoline move. This is something that should just smack you upside the head and stare you right in the face, because you should be looking at that and seeing, hey, wow, that's amazing. Look how long price was over the daily 50, and notice that the Moxie indicator could never get over zero. So that the indicator was below zero, that means energy and momentum was negative, despite price being on top of that moving average. That meant it was a false long, and eventually it was probably going to be a short. So where was the exact short? Well, there was earnings right through there, so I didn't want to trade right into that. I waited till after. And look what we got. We got a bounce right here, once again up into the daily 50, but the Moxie indicator was below zero. And on the hourly chart, how about this? This was an inverse trampoline move. Price should not be over the 50 if the Moxie indicator is below zero. Boom, perfect. So you can see that that was a great load up into there. And then right as Target and Walmart started to get demolished based on their earnings, then Boot fell in sympathy. But it was crazy. This is the thing about the stock market, which came first, the chicken or the egg. We can see here that this setup was perfect going into those announcements for Target and all them. It's almost like they knew. So that's Boot Barn. Then we come over here to DKS. This is Dick's Sporting Goods. Same thing, idea of retail and consumer buying and all that kind of stuff. Let me show you a few things here. First off, notice the Moxie price trigger, right? So there's on the weekly time frame, the Moxie indicator is telling you to sell or don't go long or anything else like that. You could also see another head and shoulders, right? And then as price continued to roll off and fall through here, what did that look like on the daily chart? Well, you can see here and here and here, these are all inverse trampoline moves on the daily chart. Price should not be over the 50 if the Moxie indicator is below zero. So it was very choppy, very messy. We did trade it in through here. We made some money off of it, but it's taken a long time. I think from about where we took it in through here to here, it's about 32% gain. But it took 122 days. So a very, very long process. There were some moves in between that maybe you could have traded if you were more nimble. But I think this is generally what we're seeing in this market, is that there is a trend and the trend seems to be down. So if that works for you, then great. There are opportunities where you can almost just go in short and you can just hang on to it. So if that's the kind of trade that you want to be doing, I think that there are still some more opportunities out there. However, if you want to be a little bit quicker, a little bit more nimble, you can see there's an inverse trampoline move. You can see the third ATR, so that was a good area to sell, take some profits. Then it probably bounces. You could try again, and same thing, kind of back to the third ATR and then back here. So there's a lot of noise, a lot of stuff in between. You can be a trader, you can be an investor. Just make sure you're on the right side of the trade with this. All right, well, thanks again. That is your Daily 5. Appreciate you guys watching. And once again, my name is TG Watkins, and if you're interested, I am going to be putting a market update out there. So May 26th is the next webinar that I'm going to be doing. It's at 3:15 p.m. Central. This is the link if you guys want to get in there. And it's going to be free. I'm just going to be telling you what I'm seeing out there and where I think the path of the market is going, because we've definitely been making money on the short side, and bounces get sold into. So do be careful about that. These are some of the social medias if you guys want to come and check me out and follow. And then over here, if you are interested in how I trade, what I'm looking at with the market, the trading room, all that kind of stuff, come over here. We've got the live trading, got Q&As, real-time alerts. We've got all the stuff that you need in order to be successful in the market. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys at the next one.
Hey, Grayson Rhodes here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.